Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Zedcraft Season 1. This is Episode 5. Oh, excuse me. There we go. It's been a while since we've made an episode, and I really must get back into regular episodes. It's too much fun on here. I haven't really got time to record, and there's loads of real life stuff going on as well. Anyway, what have we been up to? Well, you've probably already seen this, which we did a while ago, I think. My storage room based on Tango's design. There is a slight issue with it. Let me get out of F5 mode because I can't cope. The slight issue being that clearly I don't know which way to turn. It's slow. It's very slow. Now that's fine because it's doing a lot of work. But the issue I'm having is that I'm finding that things are kind of just not quite getting through the system quickly enough, and if you leave the chunk, then there's a chance the whole system breaks because it'll hop or lock up when it shouldn't do, or maybe even a dropper or something like that. I get confused, but anyway, the answer to this I think is going to be to buffer the main input chest into a temporary storage location, maybe downstairs somewhere, and then just have that sitting on a locked hopper. So this is the line coming down from the input chest, which goes through the couple of standard item filters and then into the kind of automated Tango style fantastic storage. So I thought maybe if we store them, just in like a normal locked locked hopper type thing with some chests above it, and then as soon as I've got some time I can AFK and set the whole thing to sort, which should be perfect. But what I wanted to start off with is the villager breeder situation. Where are my rockets? Where is my helmet? There we go. Got them both. So if I fly up here, you will see we've still got the Saucer of Doom up here. Oh, not quite. Now this is actually a really simple villager breeder, which should be self-sufficient, apart from the fact that I've got 8 villagers in it. Now I've got enough doors around here that I could potentially go quite a lot more. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 on each side. Divide that by 3, multiply by 4 obviously, and divide by 3, and you get more villagers than I've got in here, but there isn't enough food to support them. So what I'm having to do every so often is come up, because they kind of stop breeding while the carrots grow. So what I tend to do is come up here every now and again and throw about 8 stacks of carrots in, which keeps these guys satisfied. So I think the breeder design is actually alright. This pigman in the middle ensures that the babies run off the side immediately, but there's just not enough surface area of crops to go round. So that needs fixing, and that's going to be a future episode. Plus we need to put a lid on this thing. You may notice there's some strange alien creature has appeared over there by the sugarcane farm. That's quite interesting. That's quite impressive. I think this is something to do with Nutty Isis, and it does look fantastic. And I'm certainly not going to take it down because it's brilliant. The sugarcane farm is working well, and I've got more sugarcane than I can cope with. Sadly, that means that I need a better system for delivering the sugarcane to downstairs, but I'll come to that later. And it looks to me as though it's going dark. I'm going to fly down here, and you'll see that I've done a substantial amount of work on the breeder. On the trading hall, sorry. So let's have a fly into here. Oh, there's a portal up there which shouldn't be there because I've it kind of spawned there. I think that's where the portal for the saucer upstairs naturally spawns. Excuse me, just drinking tea. Still got an element of Biffercraft left in me. So you can see I've had a bit of a sort out around here. Every part of the breeder is now using the trading hall is now using the rail-based design, and there will be a link in the description to that video, but it's fantastic, which means you get no problems with boats and water streams. I've also well, you haven't seen this yet, have you? So I've got an evaluation area with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 spaces, I think. Control panel here. I can turn the whole thing off, which just basically shuts off a piston there. But when it's off, you can't request a villager because that wouldn't make any sense. Turn it on. There aren't actually any villagers ready, which is a bit annoying, but hopefully by the end of the episode there will be one. I can either choose to retire the villager, which I'll also come to later, but basically down here there's a little hole they drop into. Now at the moment I'm killing them with looting 3, well away from the actual breeder upstairs, so I'm not going to disrupt the village up there. I'm not going to get any sort of negative whatever. Is it a credit sky? I don't know. Anyway, that's not going to be a problem. Ignore those green guys. But I mean, I could drop them into lava. Well, the other thing I can do is store, and if it's set to store mode, it basically goes up a minecart track and heads off round here for the first available cell. Now, this is actually the same level that the floor was before. If you remember from, I thought it was in my last video ages ago, we had lots of villagers in boats. So I've kind of spruced it up a bit, and I've also been doing a bit of design, which I'll show you in a minute. Just to tell you about these nitwits though. Nitwits are actually quite useful for like placeholders for villages you want but you haven't got yet, or to plug up a gap. So because I didn't really know what to do with them, I put a little lever down here, and if that lever's switched, then when you eject a villager from up there, in fact I wonder if I can just let one out. Let me try this. This is Dr. Henchman's design here of a block swapper, but it's a block swapper which swaps a solid block for a rail. Let's just switch that. There we go, 3 have gone up, which is fine. Oh, I can hear villagers dying, which is probably because 3 went up at once, which isn't great, but this area needs work. That's fine anyway, we've got our villagers. I will switch this rail so that it comes down into this storage area, because once they drop off there they can't escape, and I can do what I like with them. Ha ha ha. It sounded rather evil. It wasn't meant to be evil. Let's go back up here. Oh, look at that. So yes, there's our nitwit. So if I set that to store, it is storing, but instead of going round the system, oh, go on. Go on. Sometimes take a while to drop there. And you'll see there he is, and he's fallen off, and he's back in the cycle of villagers. Oh, I see what amounts to an empty minecart. I'll put that back in the storage system. Now basically what this does, I might have shown you the beginnings of the water drop thing. I've moved it slightly now. But basically they drop down from, that circle up there is the breeder, all the way up there into this water stream, fall down into here as babies. You can see lots of babies there. When they grow up they get tall enough to hit that water stream, swim up over to there, then they hit these 2 signs, perfect timing, which pushes them to the front, which allows this minecart thing to pick them up. Now let me show you how that, stop bouncing, good grief. Do you need the toilet or something? Really? He's just going to bounce, isn't he? So I'm going to fire a minecart, which you'll see will pick up that villager. Because he's pushed to the front of the block, this actually works. He's pushed to the front of the block by those whatever they're called, trapdoors. So up he goes into the storage area, and I'm kind of lost here now. How do I get up? can actually get, I need to do something better than this. Okay, so there is one villager. Now he's actually a villager that I don't want to keep leather workers, so I'll let him. He's very keen on something there. Okay, so he'll be going down that hole now, and so that's how that works. And the other, you see, the other option I can do is, rather than send them off down this hole of, well, rather than send them as they are at the moment down this track, if I show you this, can I throw something into it? No, apparently I can't. Yeah, you see? It opens, that tripwire activates and it opens that hole. But if I didn't send them that way, they would be sent this way. And there's that lever just controls, in fact it's this lever. Is it this lever? Yeah, that lever just, basically there's a redstone torch here. Obviously if that is off, then you'll notice that track switches to go down there, but I think we'll put that redstone back. There we go. So they'll end up coming up here, and down here, and up here, and up here. Oh, coal. Oh. That was rubber banding. And there seems to be another portal up there. I think it's something to do with Dr. Henchman. But yes, this is the top of the system where they come in, and they go along here on this wing, and they go around this wing, and they go round this wing. This is the wing opposite where the evaluation area is, and this is the entrance. So we had a bit of a problem here. So what I did is I put a sloping crack in there, so they have to hit here, they fall down, they run along here, they go up here, and this basically takes them to the top of the next section. I can't go any higher because this is the glass ceiling. Basically they will go into the first available storage slot for trading, and then finally they will come round here, and they actually go, and if by some chance one makes it all the way around, it'll end up back in the evaluation area. And what I could do is I could put a detector rail somewhere here, which triggers an alarm when something goes over that, because that means the system's full and you've not dealt with it. So that's how that works. I wonder if we've got a yes, we have. We've got another villager, so we'll go and have a look at him, and I'll actually show you the process from the control panel upstairs, and then we'll go and have a look at downstairs. Whoa. Okay, you see that light's on to tell you there's a villager ready. I'll just flip that to store in case it's one I want. Request villager, and you'll see there he is. And he's a Fletcher, and I don't really want him, but for now what I'm going to do is I am going to put him over here, I think. So if I press this button, this guy will be released, and there's a rail that goes under here which will, there he is, which will actually take him back into the evaluation area. So with this set to store, if I press this button, he will be released. Oh, and he's got stuck. This happens sometimes, and I'm never quite sure why. There he go on. He's gone. Except I'm now stuck, so we can watch him. Oh, I left it on bypass, didn't I? Whoops. Wasn't quite the right thing to do. Well, I'm gonna sort this out. I need to get him back onto the right track, as it were. Okay, well this guy looks like he's having a bit of an uncomfortable time, but yes, if I come round here and give this guy a bit of a shove, Oh, he's stuck on a dead power rail. Go on, let me go. Okay, there he goes. Let's follow him. You know what? I don't think we can actually get there before him. So let's just go back up to the top and wait for him. We should find he pops into... Oh, he's there already. There he is. There's our Fletcher. We don't actually want the Fletcher, so we'll just... He's a stubborn one, isn't he? Come on, look at me. Thank you. Yeah, so he will now appear here and we can decide his fate. Oh, and there's another village already. Oh, blimey, this is going to go badly. Yep, I thought it was going to get... Now he's that's my Fletcher. What's this guy? I don't know what this guy is. Well, I think I'm just going to make sure this track is switched down here. Which it is, yes, we're not going to the storage, are we? So that's fine. Let's see what this guy's about to do. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, we should come back into the other line. Yeah, there's our Fletcher, there's our nitwit. So let's put it back into store. We'll put the nitwit back in that gap. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if they do that, it does kind of sort itself out, I think. Oh. Oh well. Going to have a nitwit in there anyway. I'm not worried about that. We'll see what happens. So what I wanted to show you was this downstairs. Next. Which is basically... Well, I always like to put beacons quite low, but bear in mind we are already at Y95 here. So I dug a bit of a hole for the beacon and I went a bit lower and I went a bit lower and I realised I was quite enjoying myself. So what I actually did was dig all the way down to the bottom. That lava, by the way, is my design, which I'll show you a bit later. So why did I go this low? Well, if you look, I am at Y54, and what I did was I went to the water level outside. It seems to go down about 3 blocks maximum between here and the house, and I thought what I could do if I faced whichever way we are, east, this way, I thought what I could do is sort of tunnel that way underneath the water and make a rail system to the house. That might work. I'm back. The phone rang, would you believe it? I don't like it when the phone rings. Yeah, so if we go under there to the house, that basically means we can have just one main portal for the base, which is going to be up here somewhere, and we can have just a minecart rail leading to the house. Now, I mean, we could technically have both portals still, because I think they're far enough apart that we can get away with it. About 10 blocks apart in the nether, it turns out. By the way, this is very dark, this staircase, but it's okay because nothing's spawnable. Even down here, even down here, this is glass. There's a beacon under there somewhere. This is glass on black concrete, and these are all stair blocks. These are lower half slabs, so nothing's going to spawn on here. And nothing has spawned on here. And I just thought it looked really cool as a big black hole. It's even darker if you turn the beacons off. And what I wanted was in this area I've sort of done a bit of almost a pseudo nether type thing going on, which is really quite cool, I think. So we've got some lava, which I fell into by accident the other day. Oh, this is interesting. Come on. This is interesting. This is the water stream from the sugarcane farm, which I know looks a bit odd, but yeah, this is kind of carrying our sugarcane from the big saucer in the sky into our... Yeah, this needs work actually. That's the item elevator that takes it to that one of those chests in the middle. The idea is I'll have different farms with chests, with output chests. So I might have a melon and pumpkin farm, and I might have a wheat farm, That's currently the sugarcane for paper for trading with librarians and what have you. I'm getting free emeralds from cartographers because, let's face it, what else are they useful for? I'm not terribly happy about all these torches on here, but the reason I'm doing it is to make sure there's a decent light level where the redstone torches are, because if the light level's greater than the light of a redstone torch, then there won't be any lighting updates when they flicker off, which will create less lag in my client and for the game. So there we go. So that's what I've done there. These various bits of white. Oh, there's something interesting down here actually, let me show you. There is an outside chance that these minecarts, which are currently only stored in this hopper line, I've got no chest storage for them. Oh, let's put a torch down. Where are you? There we go. Yeah, there is a chance. You see the hoppers are empty there, but they're full there. So I've got a little detection system that basically detects whether this hopper, which is this dispenser, which is the one that dispenses the minecart like that, whether that's empty. Now I'm going to simulate it by doing this. And you'll see this line is now active. And note blocks. That's just my "or you've run out of minecarts" signal. Let's mine the third. There we go. Put that back in so it shuts up. But that lets us know if we run out of minecarts. I'm going to do a similar thing, I think, if the system's full and that sort of thing. I could go fairly mad with this actually. Yeah, so that's what I want to do with that. Now the only last thing I want to do is, let me show you, whoops, whoa, down here. Currently what I'm doing is getting my looting sword. The villagers just drop into there when I reject them, retire them, and I do this. This is euthanasia. They really weren't happy anyway, you know. So that, you know, I'm just sort of putting them out of their misery, really. Just imagine how demoralising it is to be stuck with useless trades. But yeah, rather than having them go in there, I think I'm going to have them go over into this area, which is currently free, and maybe some sort of storage system in the middle, and have a choice of how you want them to die. Whether it be lava or suffocating in a block or cactus maybe, or my personal favourite is to get a zombie in here. So the villagers will be turned into zombie villagers, which you can then cure with a golden apple and a potion of whatever it is, weakness is it? Which will then turn them back into different villagers, so you can start all over again. I quite fancied that idea. It's like a villager recycling thing. I've not built it yet, but that seemed like a good idea to me. And that really is about it. That's what I've been up to. Oh, villagers everywhere. These flipping nitwits. In fact, I should really fix up this redstone, shouldn't I? But I broke slightly. Was that right? I think that might have been right. Yeah. You know what? I can do this later. You don't want to see me do this, do you? So I'll fix that up later. But for now, I think that's about it. I'm hoping to do a few more of these episodes and keep them a bit shorter. That would be quite nice, in my opinion. Let's have another villager. Ah. I can't stand these white aproned ones. Ugh. Go on. Hi. It's strange, they do sometimes come back up, and I wonder if they're being attracted by the other villagers. Good grief, monobrow guy. Anyway, that I think that's it for now. Let me see if I can get a nice F5 shot here. Can I do that? F5. There we go. Yes, thank you for watching. In fact, you can have a look at that lovely control panel over there. Can I moonwalk backwards or sideways or something? There we go. That's my control panel. Thank you for watching, and hopefully in the next episode, which won't be before too long, I can do something more exciting with this. Maybe get the villager retirement situation under control. I really like the idea of turning them back into zombie villagers and then curing them. That would be so much fun, but I would have to find a zombie first, but that's not that difficult. So great, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, this is Zedaph's Patreon server. Zedaph is a fantastic YouTuber who is now on Hermitcraft, a member of the Hermitcraft server. He's hilarious. He's also a really nice guy. Sent me a Christmas card, in fact, which is on my desk here. So if you are interested in playing on this server, I think you have to be at the $10 per month level on Patreon. And it's a fantastic server. It's nice and quiet for people like me, but you know, there are always interesting people on, even though I'm the only person on at the moment. Oh, there we go. No, I'm not the only person on. Big Mac's on. You know, it's just nice to hang out with people without any pressure. It's great. I love it. And if you think you'd love it too, check out Zedaph. The link will be in the description. And I'll link to his Patreon as well. Alright. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.